Movement press.
Here with Ez and here with Mike Uforia. What's going on, fellas?
We all
Pretty
good.
good.
Yeah, we have a couple
I'm gonna
of
just
things.
jump straight into
Huh?
it. Go ahead.
No,
Sorry,
go ahead, man.
intro.
Set it up, man. No stress.
Sorry,
Mike.
go ahead. You're the host. My bad. You're the host. It's your world.
Nah, it's good. Shit, man. We don't have to even waste no time, man. Let's go ahead and just get into
Let's
it.
jump in it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, Big Brother Az is going to get into some, historical facts, and I just wanted to put a couple things in perspective. Like when we talk about old school and the clubs, I put it in perspective. Like, for example, when Bravo or Loose Key talks to us about what happened in the loft and the Paradise Garage, and these places, we weren't there, so we didn't know what they were talking about. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that we could have connected with was it's a dark space with loud music, there's some baby powder, big speakers. So we had something to follow. You know what I'm saying? So what they were saying wasn't completely lost because there was something that we could have related their story to, even though we weren't physically there in these clubs. And of course, we had respect for them because we grew up to respect our elders. So they're the Bible. So if they're talking about things that happened that we weren't there, we're going to listen. I know I am. But these kids, let's bring it fast forward. When we tell our story, it's just almost like they're telling, like Luce and the Bravos and the Archies telling us their story. But the problem with today is these kids don't even know what a club is. They don't know how to spell club. So when we talk about these clubs, they have nothing to relate it to because the spaces are no longer there. The only thing they have is battle, and they're sitting in the same spot for 8 hours, and they already paid their ticket, so they didn't even dance. To me, that's some gangster. That's hustle 101. I can't get mad at these organizers for that. So when Ez tells these stories and we're getting into it, don't try to relive it because it can't be redone, but try to take some aspects from what we're saying and apply it to your modern day. And it's not hard. Like the things that we're going to say, take some snippets out of it and apply it to your modern day and apply it to the aspects that you do not have. And that's my story because I know how we sound to these kids. They're looking at us like, oh, wow, yeah, House of Nation. Oh, wow, the soundtrack they bought. And we know they have no clue what we're talking about because they've never been to a club. They're born in the 90s or the 2000s. They can't even spell club or know that it begins with a C. But like, you mean everybody was talking, the dancing? There was no phones? Nobody had Instagram? So they're not understanding. These kids don't understand what we're talking about. So I just want to put that as a disclaimer. And, the smart ones get it. The ones that's in the matrix and lost, then because be lost. I said my say.
Exactly. And to follow up with that, I'm glad you bring that out and to put that disclaimer out there because, modern day clubs, if you want to call them that, it's just funny because they don't have any of the tools that we had, coming up in the 80s and early 90s and everything that coincide with clubs. And like I was explaining a little earlier, is that it was certain etiquettes and everything that you had to abide by. And one of the things was just going to the club and getting in the line outside, right? Get in that line outside, determine whoever the door person was, determine if you're going to get in that club or not. It wasn't automatically you go to the club and you get in. It didn't work that way. You had to be of a certain stock to get into this place. And I recall one night, it was at... I'm calling this down. I was at Mars. I'm in the line. It's crazy. This is like this is 89, 90, and this is summer. And I'm waiting. I'm in the line about 30 minutes already. I'm like right there, about like 10 or 15 people ahead of me. And then the person working the door and on the line, he told a couple other people, and he told me to step to the side. And we stepped to the side because it was like a guest list on the other line for the guest list on the other side. So I think he was telling us to come around and get into the guest list. He was like, no, y'all not getting in tonight. I'm like, what? And I'm looking at my people, right? They going in and they leaving me because they're going to have a good time. I'm like, and I'm puzzled. I'm like, bruh, I can't get in. What's the problem? It's because what the young people don't have today. They don't have a safe space that they can go to. The club back then was like a holy place. Like if I want to use that type of terminology, right? It was a place that you can go and feel safe and be who and what you want to be that night. Because in the club there's a lot of different characters in there. You got the people that some people will look at them as a nobody, but they were somebody. You have a person who had the cowbell, bing, 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 right? That person made the party what it was. They was a very minute piece of that party. You got this other person who always would be in front of that speaker over there, and you know that was his or her safe space, and mad powder over there. If you had no powder that night, you could go there and get some powder on your sneakers that night, so the floor don't stick, the floor's not sticky no more, and that person wouldn't mind because that was that safe space over there. It's going to be powder over there. Yeah. Things like that they don't understand today, dealing with club culture and etiquette and everything. But I learned quick.
Pardon. How do we for somebody who's just coming up in here, how do they trying to set up their safe space now? How do we set up a safe space without actually communicating that we needed that in the culture? You know what I mean?
I can answer that.
We knew that.
I can answer that.
Yeah, we knew that in hip hop clubs. It is what it is. Everybody know that story. So.
Right. I think with us, we grew up learning how to read temperature. Now, Ezra just said something about a safe space, right? So let's put in this perspective. What is a club? It's a space where there's a bunch of people in there that don't know each other. So you don't know if you're dancing next to a doctor, a lawyer, a pedophile, a murderer, a child rapist, a priest. You don't know. There's so many different energies in there. And this is where reading comes along. We have to shift through these energies like, oh, homie don't feel right. Let me go over there and rock with these people. And that's what the vibe is about. Let's try to find somebody that's on par with my energy, because energy is a powerful thing. And once you dance, your pores open up. So there's evil spirits going in your pores, but you're sweating it out through the help of the music. You understand what I'm saying? So you grow this tolerance or this immune system to only accept positive energy. Because like I said, you are in a space with people you don't know, you never met, you don't even know their last name, their mom. You could probably see them on the street and not even recognize them. That happened to me because I kept my day life and my night life completely separate. I never integrated the two aspects. So when I'm in a club, I'm like looking for my like energy. Oh, there go Ez over there. Oh, word. All right, I'm gonna go rock with him. Who that? That looks kind of shady. Oh, who that person? Oh, they look like they just got here, they're having a good time. Let me just try to dance with them. Let's dance so we can make them feel invited. So we learned how to read energy. And these kids today don't know how to read energy because we grew up in a space where we had to read the energy, because next thing you know, we smoked something crazy and, we going nuts. So we had to understand who was who and why they were there and say, yo, whatever you do outside of this club, we don't care, because that door person let you in for a reason. And I trust the door person. So I know that whatever you do, whether it's good or bad, if it's bad, you're not going to do nothing wrong to me, because that door person makes sure this was a safe space. That's why when I went to house clubs compared to hip hop clubs, in 1 year, I probably saw 2 fights in a house club, maybe, if that, 2.
I didn't even. You know what? You lucky to see that, Mike.
Every week.
Mike, I didn't see one in the house.
The eyes of a soulless city stare.
I did not see one. So you lucky to even see that, because I didn't see one. Now hip hop, that's something different, man. That
reminisce of
every part.
That was expected.
Every part. So to get to your question, Born, about how can we teach these young kids about understanding what a safe space is, learn to read energy.
Yeah.
Safer space. Safer space.
Yeah.
Excuse me, guys. Safer. Safer.
Safer.
Safer.
Yeah. But the problem with these kids, they trapped in the matrix of these battles. So their perception is as short as a 6-year-old kid. So they don't even understand. They're just there to say, you know what, I want to join this battle and win. Like, what about enjoying the space? The destination is the journey. So you can't see what's going on within your travels just looking at the destination without understanding what you're passing by, the different energies you're being exposed to, and the people that you're meeting. People are only connected with each other. You live out there. You know what? I'm gonna come. I want to teach some classes. Now, what about going to that person's country and seeing the locals, seeing the life, seeing the culture? And that's one thing that these kids had that we never had, because our world was in New York City. We were pulled out to go to other places. Now these kids buying a plane ticket, sleeping in an Airbnb or in some type of public park in some dirty hostel just to go to a battle. They already got their plane ticket. And they're connected with so much people, but they're not even utilizing the connection properly. We are a physical Instagram or Facebook. We are a physical social network that we don't even use. And the reason why we don't use it is because we're trapped up into this matrix of this battle. Now, for the ones that's soft, I don't want to say battle is bad. Hey, do your thing. Become the Kanye West and the Jay-Z of your era. Win them all. But I'm just saying, this is a life experience. It's either something you do or something you live. And if it's something you live, then you want to check out these safer spaces. If it's just something you do, then fine, rock out. I ain't mad at you. It's all good.
Yeah. Hey, as you said, you wanted to name some clubs, right? That and kind of like dive into that real quick, man.
Yeah. So like what Mike just said about these safe spaces and everything and these clubs, what I remember and what I still feel today, it was like it was almost like an addiction with me with the music, because the music was healing. And I love the way it made me feel, because sometimes I had really positive things going on, and I wanted to want this to radiate outward in the club and everything. And that's where I am, my personality, as it, what everybody know me as. But then it was also this time I was going through stuff, and I wanted to get it out and leave it on the dance floor, and I danced like crazy. But these spots, I'm gonna name a few, but I'm pretty sure y'all got plenty more to add with this. But this is a lot of places where I had some of the fondest memories and everything. And it just, to this day, I just try to reflect on those places, because it made me who I am today. And I met some beautiful people throughout this journey. Yeah, this thing right here, right? This thing right here. So one of the first places where it really started pop up with me at is in Jersey. These are Jersey clubs, right? It was Club Sensations, downtown Newark. That's where all the hip hop. If you was something in hip hop in the 80s, you came to Sensations in Jersey. I was there. I saw everybody from Big Daddy Kane to Public Enemy, Guru, everybody. I saw them all. They came to Sensations. And then from Sensations, we had, and where I was from at the time, in East Orange, we had Club 88. We had Bogies, which was crazy on Sundays. Sunday was like a Friday night in Bogies. You had Club 280. And then in Patterson, you had Club Cheetahs. And then the top spot was Zanzibar. That Zanzibar is where I started to collide with Born, X, Polo, Moshe, Cav, the low kids. We don't know it, but it's gonna formulate into something in the future. And Zanzibar was that spot where all of that was coming in at. You know what I'm saying? We was doing everything right there.
Movement press.
And from Zanzibar, we started to go to New York. And it was a crew. They took me. And of course, we went to the shelter, right? But that was after because I'm married at this time. This is maybe like a 3-year hiatus I've had. And I'm coming back when I went to the shelter. But prior to that, I used to go to the Sound Factory, Mars, where I was kicked out of the line. Not necessarily kicked out the line, but the door person's like, you need to step out, But anyway, Mars, Palladium, the Powerhouse, The World, The Octagon, Red Zone, Nels, Wild Pitch, Kilimanjaro's, Together in Spirit, Sound Factory Bar, House Nations, and Afterlife. Right? And then I missed another club in Jersey, the Black Box, right? I forgot about the Black Box. Yes. And now this is the time that we had a tragic accident. Joey was severely, hurt and everything, needed major surgeries, and then we lost Moshe in that accident. And Luwan also was hurt pretty bad, you know what I mean? Because that was Luwan car that got towed. And we left in 90, that was 98, that was 90, in the 97 coming in 98, and we went to Atlanta. And in Atlanta, it was Club Kaya, Yin Yang, Cincy, and the Music Room. These are some of the most funnest places I've been to in my life of dance, and I wouldn't change nothing for the world. I know y'all got other spots, because I done missed a lot of New York, so y'all can add on to that. But these are my funnest memories.
I didn't think you was gonna drop the fact that we was up in Atlanta.
Yeah,
I didn't think you was gonna drop
Atlanta in. Come on now.
I didn't think you was gonna even mention Atlanta, bro.
Atlanta was great.
Because we was there.
Atlanta was great. Yeah,
Atlanta
we
having
did it.
fun, yo. That
Throw
was
it
crazy.
up.
Oh,
Throw it
man.
up. Yeah, man.
Shout out to Ira.
Yeah. Ira. Yeah. You know, looking at your video, right? Looking at the interview that you had with the interviews that you had with Joey Mike. Yeah, it was one of the dance scenes, one of his practice sessions, right? Now, X-Born, I want to tell you, Ira mimicked Joey to a T. Did he not, Born? He mimicked him to a T.
I would say in a sense. Yeah.
That's
a little bit.
That
spin,
spin,
a little bit.
the spin, the kick, that little that.
But he has some flavor.
I'm like, yo.
Too. Ira has some crazy.
Yeah, right, bro. I was like, bro.
Huh?
Yeah.
I mean,
nasty,
for me, like, to name other clubs. I mean, I think as you said, a lot of the important clubs that said. If anything, I would add. I'll probably add Vinyl to the mix.
Vinyl.
Body and Soul, and then later, Meatpacking, where Francois K was playing. I forgot the name of the club, but
Club Love. Him and
Love. Yeah. On 8th
I
Street.
see. Yeah, I told you I got more. I know it was more.
Yeah, we were there, and we were blessed to experience these places on a weekly basis. And I always say in my interview, our generation was fortunate to experience 3 generations of dance and music, because we would get there. The timeline, I'll truncate it real good. We get there like around 10, 11, whatever have you. We're hearing the house music of the day, right?
I was there at 12 o'clock. Excuse me.
All right. So, I'm trying to get into that reduced price.
I was just letting you know, 12 o'clock for me.
Right?
Mike, if you're with me, you're on my guest list. So you getting in. It don't matter.
There it is. So at about 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning, then our immediate elders come in, right? The Khalifs, the Screws, the Egypts, and then the music shifts again, right?
Very much.
We're still on energy A, because we're like, oh God, these are our superheroes. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to call them elders. I like to call them our superheroes, because I want to just truncate dance fusion as a collective, Elite Force, Misfits. These guys are our superheroes, literally.
Yeah,
you got Justice League and X-Men and Avengers. Those were that for us. And then we have the unmentionables, like Quick, Zeptiel, so the Blue Boy Echo. I mean, the list goes on.
Oh,
He's
my,
you know,
that's
he's
my
a guy.
party. Rude boy, that's my party.
Yeah, Rude Boy, Guyanese massive, big up, GT.
Yeah.
And we're going into like the 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Then you see the older people coming, like the Loose Keys, the Evelyn Santos, you know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, then the music shifts again to that disco classics, and they're walking in looking real old, you know, limping, just saying hi to everybody. But once they get warmed up, the music shifts, and they're just doing the most graceful things that I've ever seen in my life. And at this time, we burnt out. We've been there at 5 hours already. So we're just watching.
We're in a speaker. We're inside of a speaker sleeping, and the speaker's on. The speaker's on.
Yeah.
Well, speak for you. Okay, hold up, gentlemen. Gentlemen, speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. We smoke so much weed. It's 3 o'clock. We go to sleep. We wake back up at 6 o'clock for that particular music. At least me and Question.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys was doing, but we was right there with the old people. That was the whole reason why we was asleep, Mike. Mike, that's why we was asleep, bro. We slept through the to the up to date part, and then we got to the classics. That's the shit. This is the creme de la creme.
Well, I'm gonna tell you my advice. I wasn't a weed smoker, but I chewed coffee beans like a religion.
I know that's right.
I was addicted to no dose. Like, for the young kids that don't know what no dose is, it's basically a pill that's the equivalent of 2 cups of coffee. And
Really?
I used to pop like candy to the point where it didn't have an effect on me no more. Right?
Yo, so listen, we drank Cherushi and ginseng.
Oh,
How about that?
Oh my God!
Don't tell them, man. Wine.
You
don't want
and we had that rice wine. Stop playing with me.
The herbs.
Bro, we was wilding, man. We were some natural people, man. Just look at this, how this thing preserved us. And like you, Mike, I didn't smoke weed. So, you know, I'm with a bunch of weed heads. Everybody, you got a light? I don't smoke. Huh? They look at me like, huh? They're like, just because I got locks and everything and I'm with my people that smoke don't mean that I smoke. I drank Cherushi, I drank the ginseng, and we had, because Bourne kept that rice wine. What? Give me that. I got to have that, son. Give me that.
Do you remember the night
had no alcohol in it? Yeah, the original one had no alcohol.
The night I asked you, Ezra, if you smoke, and you're like, the only thing I smoke is tea.
Yeah. That's it.
But to get back on it, I want to say something up to the dancers that's doing in this day and age. If you have never danced and cried at the same time, because I'm going back to what Ezra said about you dance through the good times, you dance through the bad times, right? Because that was your therapy. That was, you left it on the floor, whatever it was. And I want to tell these young generation kids, if you've never cried and danced at the same time, then you've never really danced.
You ain't felt that.
I don't want to sound I don't want to sound ignorant. That's not my place. But I'm just saying it was an emotional thing for us. You know, it wasn't just a show off or show, you know, what we could do in terms of ability. We felt what we were doing. You know, good times, bad times, it was there. Like we going through it, we home, and the dance is like, yo, Mike, what you want to do? You want to stay home here and cry? You want to go out and get down? And that's what we did. So, you know, just want to point on that. Like, there's more to dancing than just the physical aspect. There is the psychological aspect. There's the spiritual aspect too. And if you don't tap into that, then you're not really dancing. You're just exercising.
That's it. Because it's healing. Music is a healer. It's like you can have that record right that comes on, and boom, it transforms you to someplace, and you lose it. And you might be with a crew, or you may not be a crew. You might be a person that just came, and you done close your eyes, and there's a whole circle around you, and you don't even know it because you done went somewhere.
That wasn't the intention.
And then everybody looking at you like, yo. And you're like, what the hell? Oh. Yeah, you wait, you be like, you come out of it, you be like, what the hell? And if you
and
tap
like
in.
I don't put you on the spot, as I tell people when I teach. I said, Ezra, if I can describe his dance had texture. And when I say texture, when you go to the rug store, the Persian rugs, the short hair rugs, not the fluffy ones, the ones that are weaved and stitched. Like your dance has that. Like you can touch it in braille and understand what you're doing. So your dance has texture. You wasn't just doing the flashy moves. You weren't just screaming. You were talking. Your moves had texture. And somebody asked me, like, what do you mean by texture? And I said, when you look at somebody, it's comparable to an element or a substance. It's not something that you can just see. It's something that you feel. And you should be able to look at somebody dance and say, wow, I can visualize what that person is doing outside of the dance. And for you, Ezra, my years of watching you get down, how you would glide across the floor the way you did, your dance had texture. And you danced in hard bottoms. I was there to see it. I don't know how you did it.
Yeah.
That's because
in them church shoes.
I can tell you, Mike, because he said it on. He said, "Yo, I'm gonna dance in these shoes, and I'm gonna dance slow."
Yeah.
He said, "I'm gonna dance slow. Y'all niggas dancing fast, but I'm gonna dance real slow and watch."
Remember what that suit?
That's what he said.
I had a whole suit on.
Yeah.
A whole three-piece suit on in the tunnel.
He said, I
was there. I saw it.
I'm gonna put these shoes on. He said, I got something for you niggas.
I saw it.
I'm gonna put these shoes on. I'm gonna dance real slow, and you watch.
Yep.
It's like, okay.
I saw it.
That was those cold. I had those cold hands. I was like, yo, I'm just gonna do my thing, bro. I'm just doing my thing.
Shoes on. Put the shoes on.
And like a funny story, I remember this was probably, I want to say it was Libation. We got to mention Libation also.
Libation,
bro. Big ups to the answer and Afro Mosaic Soul. And you were in there. It was either, and we have to include Funkbox, even though, a lot of the purists don't agree with it. Rest in peace to Voodoo Ray. He always gave us a space. You know what I'm saying? So we can't omit that. But I remember this one night, you were probably in your feelings, Ez, and you were in the middle of the floor dancing, and all you kept on saying was, "Who won it? Who won it?" And
some shit was going on. Some shit was going on.
Yeah, you were screaming. You were screaming in the middle of the club, and I'm just sitting there watching. I'm like, I hope nobody needs to test this man because he is ready for the smoke. He is ready for the smoke.
As I reminisce,
and I'm somebody that I'm not afraid to tell my embarrassing stories. Mars, this cat from Jersey. I don't know his name, but I knew he was from Jersey. I'm dancing, and I think they played the Melting Pot, if I'm not mistaken, and that's one of my all-time favorite tracks. And I just burst out to dancing. Obviously, homie thought that I was talking to him because the frequency touched him.
Oh, shit.
Why did I do that? He came out, did something, and I'm still in my gas, so I come back out, I do something, comes back out, he rocks. I come back out, and I take a glimpse at him, and he's yawning. Oh! Like he's tired, and that's what I'm saying to myself. I think I want to stop this, but I'm too far in, so I can't really stop. But my man is yawning, like I was literally boring him. He was yawning.
Wow!
And I was like, oh my god, he's from Jersey. He had like dreads. He was from Jersey, and he came back out after I was done. And I just stopped. I walked away. I was like, you know what? I can't even, I can't touch this guy. Like, he literally just sat me down. And the dance was so unintentional, but the way I just busted out.
Now you don't know who he was?
He's talking to me. And do not know who. I knew he was from Jersey. That's all I know. And before I could tell him, oh man, it ain't, I'm not trying to bring it to you, it was too late. He was all right, man, you asked for it. Let's go. And he gave it. I'm not
New Jersey always got a little bit of a chip because we want to battle, man.
Yeah.
That's how it
Jersey
is.
got
It is like that.
me and Tone. 2 weeks ago, they had the first annual house music event here at Branchbrook, TY's event. And Tony Greger, he came out with him and the wife and his son. Oh, man, his son has definitely been studying him. But, Tone was like, come on. I was skating. He's like, man, take them down skate, so let's dance. I said, all right, I'm taking them off. All right, let's dance. We dancing. We in a circle. We doing what we doing. And we exchanging. We doing some stalking. And everybody looking at us. They like, damn. Man, we doing our thing. I'm doing my thing. Tone getting a couple other people jumping. They do their thing. And I'm doing some shit. Everybody's like, woo, he's slowing it up on them. And I was. Tone jumped in that motherfucker. All I did was, I said, time out. He cheating. I'm gone. Because what he did, I wasn't coming behind that, man. I said, bruh, what you doing? We exchanging. I'm not trying to battle you. It was ridiculous. I said,